Hello everybody. In this question, we have this sigma and summation that we need to prove. So what I can do is, we just use the formulas in this case. There's nothing much more to do. So for part A, we know that sigma r equals 1 to n. If you have n, you can write this as half n times n plus 1. So in this case, we can write, if I say this as the left hand side and I say this is the right hand side, I can say left hand side is equal to sigma r equals 1 to n 3r plus 5, and that can be written as sigma r equals 1 to n 3r plus sigma r equals 1 to n 5. So then I can write this as 3 times half n times n plus 1 plus 5n. So I can simplify this because I have to get to the right hand side, So then that is equal to half, or I can write it as 3n squared plus 3n plus 10n over 2. So that is 3n squared plus 13n over 2. So that is equal to half n times 3n plus 13. And that is equal to the right hand side. So we've completed the part A. So for the next bit, the part B, so the only bit here that we need to notice is it is sigma r equals 35 to 50. So I can write this as, so if I say B, so sigma r equals 35 to 50, 3r plus 5, so that is equal to sigma r equals 1 to 50, 3r plus 5, and then sorry, not plus, then we have to do minus sigma r equals 1 to 34. So this is the only bit that needs to be taken care of here, and the rest we can just apply what we've got in part 1, in part A. So then that is equal to, I can write this as half n, so half times 50 times 3n plus 13, so 3 times 50 plus 13, and then minus half times 34 times 3 times 34 plus 13. So that is equal to 25 times 150 plus 30, that is 163, and minus 17 times 3 times 34 plus 13. So that is 115, and then if I work it out, the total, I should get, I get 2120, and that's the answer. And then moving on to part C, we are told that this is equal to 385. We need to find the value of n. So what that means is this thing, the right hand side is equal to 385. So for part C, I can just start by writing that half n times 3n plus 13 is equal to 385. So multiplying it out, we say 3n squared plus 13n is equal to, or I can say, minus 385 times 2. That is 770, and that equals 0. So I need to factorize this, or you can use the quadratic formula. So I would factorize it. 3 times 770, that is equal to 2310. So if I factorize 2310, so 3 times 770, then 7 times 110, 2 times 55, 5 times 11. So once I do all that, I can see that I get 5 times 11, 55, 21 times 2 is 42. So 55, 42, that gives me 13. So then I can say 3n squared minus 42n plus 55n minus 770 is 0. So I can do 3n times n minus 3 times 14 plus 55 n minus, it has to be 14, and that is 0. So get n minus 14 n minus 14 times 3n plus 55 is 0. So from here, so n has to be positive. Since n is positive, so n minus 14 is 0 and n is 14. So we ignore this value, 3n plus 55 is 0, where n would be minus 55 over 3. So we get n is 14, and that's the answer.